if you check the theme that I'm meant to speak about, it's about innovation and solving Kenya's youth unemployment crisis. Can we solve the problem of unemployment with innovation, or does innovation solve unemployment? Well, if you ask me, I will tell you I have no idea. Certainly, there are many innovations that can drive forward the creation of an incredible number of employment. So what really I want to tell you today is that innovation is more a state of mind. And that might drive employment, that might drive the creation of new businesses, that might drive the improvement of living conditions, I don't know, many things. But I repeat, from my point of view, innovation is a state of mind. I see you, and I see that you are a very young group of people. And one of the things that differentiates young people with old people is normally young people are very keen. You are looking at the wall, and the wall is kind of new for you, okay? You have your ideas, and you think that you can drive them. That is innovation. When you look at people who are not old, very often they have seen it, okay? I have tried that, didn't work. Don't come to me again with that idea, because I have heard it so many times, it's not going anywhere. And somehow or another, their minds are blocked towards innovation. Most of the great innovations in the last century, and possibly this century, were often rejected by people in very high positions, very important, very big companies. Why? Possibly because they were of the second kind. They had already seen it all. And they just couldn't see how new things were going to make a difference. Most of you are in technology. Let me give you two examples, two very recent examples in technology. One of them is Android. You know, Google conceived Android. Android is basically software. Went around to sell Android to the various hardware manufacturers. And they went to Nokia. Nokia at that time was the most successful company in mobiles, okay? Now, Nokia had the best hardware. And for Nokia, the game was in hardware. They couldn't see that the game was going to change to software. And they rejected the approaches of Google. And then you see what has happened, okay? Nokia has basically disappeared as a manufacturer. And Android has become the most currently used operating system. Another very similar company in the same field, okay? Blackberry. Blackberry, if you remember a number of years ago, well, I don't know if that number of years ago you were already interested, some of you, in mobiles. But you know, Android came from nowhere, overtook all the personal devices that were at that time, which were not yet phones. They were what used to be called PDS, and some of these companies were making a lot of money as PDS. But Android came with a new paradigm, and they were very successful. Again, they got stuck there with their wonderful innovation. They made a lot of money, but where are they today? I don't know. So, again, I'm coming back to what I told you at the beginning. Innovation is the state of your mind. Are you ready for it? Do you have what it takes? For many people now, talking about innovation is talking about entrepreneurs. Now, an entrepreneur is a person who can go out there, come up with a wonderful idea, and make it work, okay? Now, I am an employee. I have not gone out there and set up my own company. Then I might be a failure, okay? No, I'm not a failure. You know, being an entrepreneur is something that is very good for a number of people who have what it takes to create a company, to follow it up. Is one of the possibilities, I would say. And certainly for them, innovation is very important, because if you want to come up with something and be successful, unless what you are doing has an element of innovation, either you are doing something new or you are doing something that other people are doing, but you are going to do it better. But then again, I repeat, it's a state of mind, and do you have what it takes? Recently, I was in an event with entrepreneurs. Now, one of the speakers told this group of entrepreneurs, look, this event was meant to begin at 9. I came here at 8:30. You were meant to have been here showing your innovations, your products. Now, nobody was here at 8:30. Maybe at 8:45, some people arrived and started setting it up. Maybe by 9 is when they were already beginning showing this, but at 9 is when the event was meant to have begun anyway. So if you think you are going to be an entrepreneur or an innovator and you are unable to be there on time, be there even earlier, be totally prepared to sell what you want to sell, you're not going to make it, okay? Now, there are many people that possibly they will go and get employed. They are not entrepreneurs, or not at that point in their lives. Maybe later on they will become entrepreneurs. Many people do become entrepreneurs later in their lives when they have this grown in experience, in understanding of the markets, in connections, and so on. But if you go into employment, are you again an innovator? I know many people who they just go to the office and they warm the seats, okay? At the end of the month, they get the salary. That's the only thing they are interested, okay? These people will never make a difference in their companies, okay? There are many people who just go and do what they are meant to do. What they are meant to do, okay? So what is there in their job description, okay? My job description says I have to do this. Yes, tick, I have done it. And I have to do this, tick, I have done it. If you're an innovator, that is the basis from where you grow, from where you begin thinking, okay, look, this is my job. What can I do better? What opportunities are there? What can I introduce? What can I do that can be done differently? How can I grow the business for which I'm employed? If you don't have that peace of mind, you will just be there, an 8 to 5 employee through the rest of your lives, getting some salary. I don't think you will ever get promoted anywhere. Or you will be promoted as, if you have read a bit of management, there is the Peter's principle of management, where you are promoted until your level of incompetency, okay? Where you become incompetent, then you stop there. But you will not make a difference, okay? If you go into employment and you need your boss to tell you, have you done this, have you done the other thing, do that, again, you will never progress there. So whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are in employment, being an innovator is going to make a difference. Many of the big innovations are done by companies, okay? Companies are the ones that are putting forward the innovation. At the end of the day, these innovations come from individuals in that company who had that capability, that interest of, coming with something new, coming with a new business model. We are here in Safaricom, okay? Everybody knows M-Pesa. Well, somebody had that idea, okay? Somebody went and pushed that idea to his boss. That boss heard the idea and said, this looks interesting, okay? And then within that company, that was made to happen. Somebody then had to go and convince, okay, if we want to run this, the government needs to give us approval, okay? So actually somebody had to go to somebody else. Look, we have this solution. Wow, this looks interesting. Let's meet tomorrow with the president, okay? So the next day they are with the president. And then the thing happens, okay? But all this is innovation. It's innovation in individuals who are coming up with ideas. It's also innovation in the people who are listening. Maybe most of you, until you become big bosses, is going to take a bit of time, unless you become entrepreneurs and then you become the big boss of your company. But once a person becomes a big boss, being an innovator means that you listen, okay? One of your employees comes and tells you, look, I have this idea. Okay. Have an open mind. Even if at times you think, okay, maybe this will never work, but maybe it's worth a try, okay? What is the risk of giving it a try? Maybe the risk is not so big. Maybe the amount of money that you are going to spend is not so much. Let's give it a try and see what happens, okay? Because huge innovations had been killed at that stage without even trying it by people who were not open to what may happen if we do this, okay? And I don't think any of us is God who can see into the future and can see an idea and see, oh, I'm 100% sure that this is going to actually be successful. We don't know, okay? And most of us don't know. We may have an idea, we may have more or less experience. And even in the mind of a boss, and I'm telling you this because I would really like that you keep it in mind throughout your life, is if you are a boss that is going to hammer failure, then none of your employees is ever going to come to you telling you that they want to implement something new or they have a new idea, okay? Because new ideas, they always come with a risk. A risk, obviously, that you have to face, analyze, study, but you have to be able to take that risk. And in the rules of engagement in business, you can take risk, and there are rules of how much risks you should take or which ones you cannot take if you are a prudent executive. Obviously, you don't want to put your company in total jeopardy, but promoting innovation means that at times you are getting into businesses that may collapse, okay? So fine, write it down to experience, but let's move on, because one of these ideas will possibly make a difference. So coming back to what I told you at the beginning, innovation is basically your state of mind. Don't continue fostering in yourselves that mentality of, I am here, let me see, what can I do better? What are the problems which translate into what are the opportunities? What difference can I make? Either by setting up my own business, if you are a good entrepreneur, if you are an entrepreneur, please go ahead. Or if I go into employment in whatever business or company I get involved. Come there with your new ideas. Try to convince your bosses that, look, let's try this, let's try the other thing, let's try the other thing. And if you are a boss, foster that spirit. Don't kill it. Don't kill it. Because if you kill it, eventually your company will also disappear. So thank you very much for listening to me. And I hope these ideas will help you.